Hey guys, Dave from Deranged Off-Road here. This last Saturday, September 28th, we were invited by Triple S Power Sports to attend their customer appreciation ride and luncheon at Sand Hollow State Park. We were pretty excited to attend this event because they were going to be bringing down a brand new Polaris XP Pro. We weren't really sure what to expect as far as being able to drive it, and as luck would have it, they literally just sold their last one right before the event. But the customer was nice enough to let them bring it down. And obviously, that meant we weren't going to be able to drive it because the customer stipulated that only a certain guy from Triple S could be the driver. But that's okay. We were able to get some passenger seat time, which was still awesome because we'd never been in the machine, and we jumped at the chance to do that. So, before the event, we asked you guys for some feedback on what kind of questions you'd like answered. So, without further ado, let's roll that intro, and let's get to talking about this RZR.
Or am I faking on the tip of my tongue? There's a sarcasm waiting for you.
Alright guys, what's up? We are here with Triple S Polaris, right?
Yeah.
So they're based out of Cedar City, Utah. Our buddies Dustin bought a Polaris Ranger from them a couple years ago. So far we've been at the event this morning to come and check out the new RZR XP Pro. Have had a chance to ride in the seat a little bit. But other than that, we haven't had a lot of seat time with it, but so far our impressions looks pretty dang good. So
I'm Shad. Been at Triple S for a while now. It's been a good time. Just enjoying all Polaris products. So
what do you do for them?
Sales manager.
Sales manager.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. I'm telling you right now, Triple S, some of the most down-to-earth guys we can already tell right now from meeting them and hanging out with them. They've been more than accommodating, letting us kind of hang around and film and get different shots. So we appreciate that.
Yeah. So
I have on my phone here. We have some questions that came up when we put out on our YouTube channel. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, it's Deranged Off-Road. So let me ask you a couple questions about this XP sitting behind me here, the new one. So what do you think about the doors? Do you feel like they rattle a lot?
Probably less than the XPs, than the regular 1000s. I mean, everything's different on it. There's always going to be some rattles and stuff when you're putting metal to metal. They're not near what the old ones were.
Okay, sweet. And the other question that he had also, the sound system. We already know this morning when you kicked it on, it's got a great sound system. Did you ever turn it up while you're driving more at a higher speed? Can you hear it just fine?
Yeah, so the speakers, this has got a stage 4 system in it. Comes with stage 2. I've talked to a couple customers of mine that have the stage 2 in theirs. They say it's hard to hear at full speed. This one with the stage 4, I've got it cranked all the way up. It's a lot of bass. It's hard to hear the words a little bit, but you still can. I really love the system in it though. It sounds great. Just needs some more highs, maybe to get a more clear sound of the words and stuff.
Sweet. The other thing he was asking too is as far as cab heat. Do you feel like driving around today? We're only probably pushing, I don't know, 80 degrees if that, 78 degrees, but do you feel like there's a lot of cab heat compared to the other models or anything different there?
So in the regular 1000s, I was out here yesterday, in the 1000s you can feel a little more heat around your feet. This one doesn't have as much as the other ones. It could be because of the door design, I'm not really sure. It did feel like there was a little more airflow through the cab, but no dust. This one doesn't have the door inserts or anything on it. We got in some dusty spots, and I did notice a little bit of dust in the cab, but if you look in there, there's really not much dust in
there, Dave. Like honestly, as far as on the dash and everything, there's really not a lot of dust.
The only dust was really coming. I was in the back of the pack. I was bringing up the rear the whole time, so most of this dust is going to be from the 15 cars in front.
Okay, one thing that was asked to us by somebody else was the reliability as far as the new Polaris goes, do you feel like it's a lot more reliable overall the way that they built it?
Everything, this car feels totally different. It's a solid car. I feel like they put a lot of work into this. And I mean, only time can tell. It definitely does feel more solid though.
I mean, for us walking around it this morning, you can tell everything on it is a whole lot more beefier, especially
radius arms and
right?
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, and you look at the fenders too; they're a lot bigger. They're not just bolted right onto the side. You actually have a flow all the way through. They just made everything beefier and a lot stronger.
So, according to another follower that asked a question, he wanted to know, I think you just answered that about overtime. Only time will tell as far as how well they hold up, especially in the stock version. I think anytime you start adding a lot more parts and a lot more horsepower and all that kind of stuff to it, things are going to change.
Right.
But with that said, how about the build quality of this machine compared to the new Can-Ams that have just come out?
So I can't say anything about the Can-Ams. I personally have not had any seat time in them. I've ridden in some of the Can-Ams. I feel like they are kind of close. I mean, it's going to be your Chevy Ford Ram guys. You know, they're not bad machines. I won't say anything bad about them. They're great machines. It's just going to be all preference.
Okay, so overall, with the new safety belts, are these retractable style?
Yes, they are. They actually pull from the front, and I'll show you this. It's kind of crazy. If you look right down here, that's where it pulls from. So when I pull on this, it's actually pulling clear from the bottom, and it runs all the way out the back in a track system.
Nice.
So the seat belt is mounted down here just because they wanted to keep it cleaner up here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So the question that he had is, it looks like the safety belts go over your legs more.
Yes.
Do you feel like over just driving it today, do you feel like that was comfortable, or did it cause, what do you think?
So at first I didn't like the design. After riding in it for the day, I felt like it was, I didn't notice it. After just a few miles, I quit noticing it. But you definitely feel more secure. And I think that's probably why they put all the controls on the steering wheels, because you're really strapped into this thing. So you don't have to reach for anything. You can do it all from the steering wheel, which is really nice.
How about legroom? I know we had a 2017 1000 XP. One of the things that I had an issue with, and since I didn't get to drive it today, they have a footrest that I always felt, being 6'1", was just like in an area that was very uncomfortable. Did they fix that or change that in this machine?
They did. That footrest you're talking about, that was part of the wheel well, so it was in the way of the tire. This one has a lot more legroom. I rode with the seat all the way back. I actually, in the RZRs, in the regular RZRs, I usually ride with the seat all the way back. In this, I probably could have slid it forward a little bit. I noticed in some spots, I never had my foot all the way to the floor, because when I'd start pushing, I was actually pushing with my tippy toes. So I never actually pushed it all the way to the floor, because I just couldn't reach, and had the steering wheel and everything where I wanted it. So I just didn't feel like moving everything.
And then I think, it also comes down to, with the seat being redesigned, it's going to, feel a little bit different on how you adjust it forward and back. Of course, it probably sits you back, it looks like, a little bit more in this seat. They were pretty comfortable to me. I wasn't in it a long time. Did you feel like, the seat was overall a big improvement from what they've been running?
Absolutely. The seat was a lot more comfortable. The channel design kept my back cooler. I could feel some wind on my back. The seats do sit lower in this, whereas the older RZR sat a little bit higher. I don't know how I feel about it. The seat is very comfortable. I just wish it kind of sat a little bit higher, but it wasn't enough to deter me from any part of this.
So I guess the final and last main question that a lot of people have: are they going to make a 4-seater? It will be here. There you go. We don't know time frames, but it will be here.
I guess Camp RZR, they're probably going to pull it out of the stage.
Yeah, they're out there. They're coming.
So if you guys haven't checked out the new RZR XP Pro, you need to. It's a great machine. We got some seat time in it to ride in it, passenger, and it felt great. It was nice and smooth. The cockpit was nice to sit in. I had plenty of leg room. I'm about 6'6'1". The stereo system, like I said, was awesome. I love the bed. I love the looks are growing on me now. I love the custom, you guys put a roof on it, the windshield.
Well, if you look how clean it is too, that's one thing I really liked. I put this all together. I put the windshield and the roof in, and just the fit and finish of everything is so nice. It's just real clean lines.
It seems much improved over previous years.
Yep. Clean
So
lines.
if you guys haven't checked out Triple S, Polaris in Cedar City, you need to. The guys are great. If you're looking at getting a new machine or whatnot, head up to Cedar City. It's only 45 minutes from St. George. Other than that, if you're in Salt Lake, come down and see them. They're great to work with. We've had a great time at this event. Hey, we want to appreciate your time for letting us kind of crash your party and get some film. So other than that, this is Deranged Off-Road. Until next time, make sure whatever you pack in, you pack out.
Young, or am I faking? On the tip of my tongue, there's a sarcasm